A few thoughts here about inspiration. People ask where these songs come from. I don't think I have a pipeline into an alternate dimension that ideas for songs come from, and I don't think I have a secret online account at the idea store. I think inspiration is simply a matter of keeping your eyes and ears wide open and recognizing that the world is a very strange place and people are very weird critters, and there's always a song in it. I rarely sit down to write something deliberately. I realize a lot of writers do. I let the songs happen. I like having one aspect of my life that's outside of my control, even if I did it deliberately. I do try to place myself in positions where songs are more likely to happen. Go new places, do new things, meet new people. One ought to be doing that anyway to make life not boring. Here's one song I did deliberately write. Jeff Tanzer, the lead guitarist for the Dodson Drifters, and I had this Lennon and McCartney thing going. We both wrote songs and the band played them. One of the Dodson Drifters' claims to fame was the amount of original material we did. Well, Jeff had written this song that was basically a bunch of images from old movies strung together, called The Day the Earth Stood Still. Good song, by the way. So I had to write one too, and if the movie market was kind of sewn up, so to speak, well, at least there was television. So I sat down with the TV guide from the Sunday paper, and I wrote Leavin' It to Beaver. Little ditty that, since it had to make a point, makes the point about the impact television has had on people's lives. It still amazes me when people request a song. You'd think a song referencing 30-year-old TV shows would have become incomprehensible by now. But one of the societal changes that nobody expected was the proliferation of cable and satellite television channels, a lot of them playing, for filler, those 30-year-old TV shows. So folks still recognize the references because 30 years later, they're still on TV. The world is a very strange place. When I was just a little bitty kid, my daddy bought us a TV set, and we'd all gather round the easy chair for the hour that was on the air. Well, times have changed in a drastic way. That thing's on 24 hours a day. Murder, violence, drugs, and sex. HBO, PBS, my teenage daughter's lost in space. My wife's at Archie Bunker's place, and the baby spoke his first words today and said, "Leave it all to Beaver." When I get home at the edge of night, everyone's gathered round the guiding light. Secret storms got 'em trapped at home. They're all bewitched in the twilight zone. Upstairs, downstairs, all through the place. Just can't get away from those happy days. Dick Clark leads the hit parade. In between the ads for microwaves, Dr. Kildare knows what shape they're in. They're held at bay by Rin Tin Tin, tackled by the wide world of sports, planted in front of the farm report. Johnny Carson tells some jokes while Gary Coleman shows them different strokes. And JR dies at the end of the show, leaves it all to Beaver. When the dragnet's out and the chips are down and the newlywed game's the only game in town, Perry Mason's lost a case and they're sleeping at home in Peyton Place. When the Addams family's out on strike 'cause they want to tape the show at night, Mr. Rogers got beat up good while walking through his neighborhood. Don't fret, don't sweat, don't worry about a thing. We got Sergeant Preston and Yukon King Zorro guards the Mexican border. Batman fights for law and order. Superman patrols the sky. And everyone's followed by the FBI. 60 Minutes won't tell us why. They said, leave it all to Beaver. If you think Rolade spells relief, that Subarus are really cheap. Tampons make your voice sound funny. Banks all want to loan you money. Hey, you'd belong in a home with me. All my children in that TV. Julia Child can fix your meal. Monty Hall makes a hell of a deal. The lawyers never charge for wills. The doctors never send you bills. And if General Hospital can't save your life, Quincy'll figure out why you died. Hey, you deserve a break today, so we put one in your Chevrolet. Remember that as you drive away, and leave it all to Beaver. The Love Boat's just about to sail. Davy Crockett just found the trail. Car 54 can't find New York. Another world is calling. More gets the life of Riley to tell the truth. Just ask that fellow in the soundproof booth. You can face the music or meet the press, and they'll never know your home's a mess. The lawn ain't mowed, the garbage stinks, and there's dishes piled in the kitchen sink. But Billy Graham is on crusade and said we'll all be shortly saved. The living room's collecting dirt, but the Enterprise is leaving Earth. Let's wave goodbye with Captain Kirk and leave it all to Beaver. As you can tell, I've had my fill. I think I'm gonna change my will and give away my property to folks who really care for me. Give all my junk to Sanford and Son, my pilot's license to the Flying Nun. Give my grizzly and my teddy bear. Tell Kojak he can have my hair. Ship my remains to Entertainment Tonight. Turn over my letters to Vanna White. Give my favorite Martian to Mr. Ed. Tell my mother the car I'm dead. Honeymooners can have the house. The toys I'll give to Mickey Mouse. My 3 sons can have my guns, and the rest I'll leave to Beaver.